What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a really cool video. I'm going to be replacing the trigger in my 6.5 Grendel, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so I have a CMC 3.5 pound pull trigger here. And I picked this up off Primary Arms, and I really wanted to upgrade the trigger and the stock on my Grendel, and they had a sale, so I picked this thing up. I got this for about 140 bucks, I think it was. And I'm really excited to install and try her out. So let's first get right into this video by seeing what the pull rate on my Grendel is right now. So we'll rack it, and we will set this thing to we'll just pull straight back. Alright, so that one says about 8 pounds, so we'll reset it and try it again. That one's about 8 pounds as well. And we'll do it one more time. Alright. And that is about 8 pounds. Alright, so this sucker is a heavy puller. Alright, so you can see why I've been wanting to switch it out. Alright, so we're going to switch the camera angle around, and I'll go over step by step what we need to do to switch out this trigger. Alright, so this one should be pretty easy. I mean, it's a drop-in. You just got to take out 2 screws. So, or 2 pins, but we'll see how it goes. Let's flip this thing around and get to it. So the first thing we are going to want to do here is break apart the upper and lower receiver. Alright, so take down the Alright, so then we have our trigger right there. Alright, so we'll set the upper aside. So, as you can see here, we have our lower receiver. And the first thing we're going to need to do in installing this is remove the trigger. So what you are going to do is you are going to put the trigger and ease it forward. Alright. Then you are going to take a punch and remove the first trigger pin. So I would recommend using a vise, but if you don't have a vise, you can hold it as well. So I'm going to remove this first hole right here, and I'm just pushing on this one and it's coming free. So I'll just tap it a little bit. As you can see, I was able to knock most of it out in just a little bit. I'll just finish it going through. Alright, so that is out, and we'll just remove our punch. And you saw the trigger just shot out of there. Alright, so there is the first part of the trigger. And there is the part that holds it in. Now we want to remove the second part of the trigger. Alright. And this will go the same way. This one you can just press right out. You probably don't even need to hit it. And then there's your trigger assembly. Right out. So we'll just set that aside. And now your AR-15 should not have a trigger in it. Now we are going to remove our CMC trigger from the casing. And here are the 2 Allen screws, and all the pins and bolts needed. I'm surprised it didn't come with instructions, honestly. And here's the trigger in all of its glory. So now that we have our trigger out, to get our trigger in, we will need to remove the grip. So you'll have to do that however your grip is in there. I have a hex mag grip, so my grip is not like the Magpul grips. It requires you to use an Allen wrench to back it out. And this isn't exactly necessary. Well, it is, because you have to be able to slide your safety selector out, and the safety pin is being held in by your grip. So once that's out, you can remove your safety oh so slightly, put your trigger in, put your safety back in, and reinstall your grip. So you need to make sure that your trigger is underneath your safety. And you just slide it in. It's very, I guess, intuitive. It's a drop-in CMC trigger, so all you have to do is drop it in. And then you just tighten it. Tighten your grip back into place. So now that the trigger has been dropped in there and the safety has been replaced and the grip has been screwed back on, now it's time to put the pins in there. So what we'll do is we'll get the pins out, and the company CMC recommends that when you put these pins in, you use a little like Loctite on them, because they just slide in and then you have to screw them in. So let's see how well they slide in. Let's pick this side and slide these in and see how well they fit. So you want to slide them in. I had to hammer mine because mine didn't fit 110% perfectly, as you saw right there. But you need to make sure they're flush. You need to put both of them in. And they go in relatively easy with a little help. So there you have the new trigger, and now we need to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So CMC gives these little screws, and they recommend that you screw these in, but don't over torque them or anything, and like I said, use a little bit of Loctite. So we're just gonna screw it in. But this stuff, it already came incredibly greasy. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Loctite, but I would recommend using the Loctite, but we don't have any here, so we're just going to install it without it, which is probably not the best thing to do. Alright, so now that we have that side in, we're going to do this side. Alright, so there you have it. The trigger's been installed. Now all I'm going to do is make sure these are tight. You're supposed to just get them tight. You're not supposed to over torque them or anything. And there you have it. That is how you install CMC trigger. Ooh. And it is incredibly lighter than the Diamondback was before. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Let's switch back around. I'll put this back together and we'll test the weight of the trigger. Alright. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got the trigger in and I'm pretty sure it works really well. Let's try and test her out and see what kind of pull we're getting. It's supposed to be a 3.5 pound pull, but we'll test her out. So the safety, well, let's make sure the safety works. So the safety works. Alright, let's put it on fire and we'll give her a go. Alright, so that's right over 3. It's right over 3.5, my bad. Right at 4. That was right over 4 as well. So it's a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. Still a great improvement on the trigger compared to the other one. The other one was, as you saw, just insane. So yeah, I'm pleased with it, and I'm really pleased with how quick the install was. The drop-in trigger was great. There doesn't really seem to feel like there is a lot of, I guess, wiggle. I know I was doing some research into these triggers, and the earlier generations, I don't think it was this one, there was a lot of wiggle room with the drop-in, and I think that's fixed since they put the screws in it. So when I get ready, it's very crisp. Very nice. I'm very pleased with it, and I hope it turns out well. And I hope this video helped. I hope it showed you guys the information you needed to install this drop-in trigger, even though it's a very simple process. I hope I got all the angles right, and I hope all the information helped. I appreciate everybody that's watched, and thanks for everything. Please subscribe, comment down below, and leave a like. It means a lot. I'll see y'all next time, and remember, take someone outdoors.